I'm Taylor. This is my patient Karen. Karen's 54 years old. We went through her physical history already, so now we're going to go ahead and go through her actual physical assessment. I'm going to start by inspecting her skin. I don't see any extra pigmentations or any discolorations anywhere. I'm going to move ahead on this side. Skin is a little dry on her hands and her arms and a little bit on her elbows with a little bit of cracking. While I'm up here, I'm going to check on her scalp, make sure that there's no infestations or any open areas or lesions. Everything looks good. While I'm up here too, I'm just going to check the symmetry of her face. Her eyes are proportioned to her face in the middle of her head, as well as her nose and her mouth. Down the middle, everything is symmetrical. She has no open areas. We do have a mole right here on her right eyelid in the corner. I'm going to measure it. So we have 0.2 centimeters by 0.2 centimeters. I'm also going to look at her hair too. It's very thick, it's a reddish brown. She has no areas of alopecia. Doesn't look like she has any other areas of previous hair loss either. I'm going to move down to her nails and have her hold out her hands. Nail beds are pink. No signs of cyanosis. I'm going to have you put your fingers together on your thumbs, just like this. I'm checking for that positive diamond shape, which is there, so there is no clubbing of the fingernails. No open areas. I'm going to check tenting and capillary refill. The skin briskly returns back to its normal shape, so there's no sign of dehydration. I'll check this side. And I will check up here too. I'm going to check capillary refill, which is brisk as well, which means circulation is good and is intact. I'm going to come back up here and move back up to the mole on her right eyelid and talk about the A, B, C, D, and E's of it. As far as I know right now, the area is symmetrical. There are no changes. It's even on both sides. Borders are smooth and even. The color of the area is flesh tone. I talked about in my previous history, which you will read from the patient, that the area has remained the same color through the entire time that she has developed the area. The area measures 0.2 centimeters by 0.2 centimeters, and patient reports that there have been no changes since the time of noticing. I'm going to have you tilt your head down here. I'm checking her thyroid. I'm going to have you swallow. Okay. I'm going to have you tilt your head to the left-hand side and then down. Thyroid is proportionate, no nodules or masses felt. I'm going to have you put your head straight. Can I have you swallow for me? Trachea seems midline with the body, no issues. While I'm up here as well, I'm just going to palpate the scalp and make sure there are no bumps, protrusions, deformities. Everything seems good. Temporal arteries are located on either side of the eyes here. I'm just going to feel for them. And while I'm up here, I'm also going to auscultate them as well. They're regular and strong, easily palpable. I'm going to move down to the carotids now, which are located below the jawline on either side of the ear. So I'm palpating, and I'm also going to auscultate as well. Can I have you hold your breath for me? Okay, you can relax. Can I have you hold your breath again? Okay. Both are regular in rhythm and strong and easily palpable. Just gonna move down. I already went over her neck and checked her thyroid, palpated as well. I did the carotids. I'm gonna move on now to the areas up here for the lymph nodes. So the first one we're going to do is the periocular, which is right up here on either side of the head. No tenderness, no masses felt. We're going to come back to the postocular, which is behind the ears. No masses felt there either. Tonsillocular. No masses. Occipital. And cervical. I want to come into posterior clavicle and superior clavicle. You want to make sure you palpate with your fingers, as the pads of your fingers is also the most sensitive. Okay, I'm up here too. I'm going to check the glands on the inside of her arms and her armpits. And as you can see too, as you can't see, I have the patient's shoes are off. I have inspected her feet as well. There are no open areas. She has hair all the way down from her legs to the top of her toes, which means her circulation and bilateral lower extremities are intact and perfusing. And that concludes my assessment.